Hello everyone, it's Jill here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card which is great for Mother's Day. We're coming up for that in the UK, or a friend, just because they're your friend, or you just want to say happy birthday or anything like that. So anyway, I'm going to be using a Crafty Individual stamp, and it's quite an old stamp, this one. Been around for quite a few years. It's the CI135. And you can either use it as a whole or you can cut each little butterfly out. I'm actually going to use it as a whole at the moment. I'm using Lavinia stamp card because that's my card of choice. Just going to give it a bit of a dust buddy to start with. It's quite a detailed stamp, this one, so I'm going to be using my stamping platform. As you can see, I've already mounted it into the platform, and we'll just open that up, pop the card into there, and drop a magnet on it just to stop it moving around in case I have to go back in again. And I'm using the VersaFine Onyx Black. It captures detail really well, this ink, and it is a very detailed stamp, so I'm just going to ink that up here for you. Lots of gentle tapping. Sorry, it's not quite the easiest view, is it, from my little camera, but there we go. Just move that here, pop that down there. So I've left a little bit of a margin because I'm actually going to cut this down today, and I'm going to matte and layer it up onto a lovely card. So it just gives a little bit of pressure. And let's have a look what we've got there. Yes, it could do with another go, really. As I said, it's very, very detailed, this, so it's good to go in a few times with it. Sorry, you can't see me doing that, but then it's only inking, so there we go. Let's give it a bit more there. That's better. I could still do with a tiny bit more. I think it's just a bit shadowy here. And across the bottom, I seem to be missing a line across the bottom here. Let's get it in more to shot, so the line's missing there. Let's just make sure we capture all of that. This is the good thing about these stamping platforms. And just make sure you get a really nice image. Right, let's have a look. That's pretty good. That's a tiny bit there, just to get rid of all the ink off of that stamp. There, I think we're good to go. So let's just use that to put that over there. I always keep my little thing on top of the ink pad. Helps it to stop drying out. Right, so I'm just going to give that a quick blast of the heat gun. Make sure we're all good to start colouring in. As I said, I'm going to be working on a square card today. I've actually cut that down from a piece of A4. I've made sure I've got an envelope to fit it. Nothing worse than making a card and you haven't got an envelope. So that's actually 4.5 inches or 14 centimetres, that one. And it just fits the image in nicely. So we're going to be working today. I'm working today with some Spectrum Noir pencils. And now I've got the floral set here because I really wanted to go lovely pinks and purples. So I have that. I also have my, sorry, my hand's in the way, my Spectrum Noir blending solution, which I keep into a little tiny pot there with some sponge and a couple of stumps there, just so that we can blend the colours in. So let's just open that up there. As I said, I wanted to go with some pinks and purples, so I'm going to start very light with some pink. So with these Spectrum Noirs, you really want to start with a very light covering of colour. Don't want to go in too heavy right at the beginning because it's easier to layer up. Let's do a little bit here. So just take a tiny little bit of time just to get these colours going. You could use watercolours or whatever else you fancy. Obviously this ink is waterproof, so it's quite nice to use. Let's go in with one of these. Getting a little bit darker now. It's just about taking a little bit of time with these pencils. Come back to this one again. You can blend them just by colouring, by putting layers on top of each other, and eventually you'll get to the stage where they'll all start blending in, or you can do the quick route, I call it, with the solution. Just get a bit more colour going, and come in with something a bit darker now. Go in with a bit of darker purple. I'm not colouring the background, I'm just going to go in with some ink and a bit on that. Right, I think I could do it with a bit of a contrast. I think I could do with some blue or something. So I've just go and get my blue pencils. So I've just grabbed some blue pencils. These are from the marine set of the Spectrum Noir as well. So I just wanted to add a little bit of contrast, just to make the butterflies pop a little bit more. There we go. And I took my jumper off, actually. It's getting a bit hot here. Right, okay. I think that just helps a bit more, doesn't it? Let's put a little bit of blue in here. Again, it's just a matter of layer it up, layer it up, layer it up, and you will get that depth of colour. If you go in really hard to start with these pencils, they don't layer up very well. So if, for instance, if you go in like that and then try and do anything with it afterwards, it's hard because it gets hard and shiny. So I don't know if any of you have had that experience or not. But if not, hot tip. There we go. Right, let's just do a little bit of blending. You can see that just blends it in beautifully. Just gets rid of any pencil lines. And then you can go back in again after you've done this and put another layer of colour on. Which I'm just about to do. Let's go back in with this colour. A bit more depth of colour around here. You can take as long as you like with this. You can do it really quickly like I am, or you can sit and spend hours. I love colouring in. It's like an adult colouring book. Oops, breaking the pencil. Let's turn it round that way. Okay, I think that's good to go. Put the pencils away there then. Always tidy as I go. One of those people. That saves a mahoosive clean up at the end. Right. Put my lid on there. I don't want that going anywhere. I might just blend that in a bit more there, look. Right, so what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to cut it out. I've got some dies, and I thought I'd cut it out like that. And I'll do that off camera and then I'll come back to you. So I've cut my little stamped image out using my little die here. We're just going to do a little bit more work on the actual image itself. I've noticed that's a bit pale, so I'm just going to come in with my black Spectrum Noir and just add a tiny little definition. You don't need much, just to sort of tidy this up a bit. Around here he looks a bit pale, so I'm just going to just pop in a bit of pencil around there just to define the butterfly a bit more. As I said, it doesn't need a lot. I've come in with the Spectrum Noir because it's, again, that this is basically waterproof. And I'm just going to come in with some ink in a minute and colour the background. Maybe a bit more down there. I think that looks better. There, so we'll go with that. Right, so the next thing I want to do is just colour this background, and I'm going to come in with some Dusty Concord Distress and my little brush. I don't want this too dark. Let me just grab a scrap of paper here. Just rub that off. Probably a bit darker than that. No, that's all right if you can see that. There's some hint of a colour there. So let's come in, put it in slowly from the edge. Just stops it being quite so stark white, gives a bit more interest to that background. So that's that one. And then right round the edge I decided I would do some oxide in Wilted Violet. First of all, I'm just going to wipe off the top of these butterflies with using my little cloth here, because some of the ink's gone over the top of those. I just wanted to make them pop a bit more. There's not much coming off, but it's enough. There we go. You'll see this is going to be nice and vibrant around the edge. Very gently pull that in. Just making the whole image pop a bit more. Also, if you start lightly, you can build it up, layers of colour, same as we did when we were colouring the butterflies. There we go. That looks lovely. Right, put my lid on my inks, get that out of the way, and clear the table a minute. Don't want that getting over too much other stuff. Right, there we go. Now then, here's my card, and what I decided to do is to layer it up. So when I'm doing that, I will decide where I want my main image. I will pull out all my dies that I've got, whatever, and have a play with them, basically. Decide if I want something there, or if that's too big, or if I want this one with that one in the middle. If I want to layer this onto a bigger piece. So I've done that, and I've colour coordinated on my card. So I've decided to go with the butterfly on this one, again to make it pop. Then I've gone with a purple, lilac underneath it. Now I could have left it at that, but I decided to go a bit of a step further, and I've decided to pop the really dark colour on the outside edge. This takes up the whole of the card, but that needs just a bit more lift. So then I decided I'd put a white layer in here. So that's the setup I'm going to go with. Okay, I shall stick that all down in a minute. But I also wanted a message on there, and I've got a little set here of little Kaisercraft mini stamps, and I thought I would go with "I hope this day is as special as you are," so we can use that for again, Mother's Day, birthday, whatever occasion we want. And I've actually stamped that onto a strip, a ribbon strip. So I'm going to pop that across there, but I don't think I want it across the whole of the card. I think I really only want it across this bit here. So what I'm going to do now is just going to mount all this up, and I have, yes, put the sticky on it to save you watching me do that, because everybody knows how to sticky. Right, here we go. Let's pop that one on there. Like so. Again, obviously you can choose whatever layers you feel for you, but I just thought this really made the whole image pop out. What was I going to do? I was going to do that across there. Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay then. Too late. I've stuck that down. Never mind. So what I'm going to do now is stick this one onto this one. As you can see, look, use your card twice if it's once on the back, once on the front, if it doesn't come out right the first time. Don't waste cards just because of something's in the wrong place or hasn't come out right. That's the advantage of a good quality piece of card. And I haven't got this one ready. Let's just go with that. There we go. Let's pop that one on there. Now, I'm going to run this bit of tape across the back of this one. This is easier to do if you're cutting something to that size rather than all the way across before you stick it onto the main image. So let's just line that up where we want that. Probably there, I think. And all you do is you turn your card over and you can cut to size. Okay. I'll pop this onto here. pretty is that? I'm going to do a bit more to it yet because I want a bit of sparkle. So I've got some lavender lace liquid pearls, and I've got some sparkle glitter. I'm just going to start this off. Let's get a piece of card first before you go straight in with these things, because they always make a mess if you don't. Let's just clean the end of that tip off a minute. That's better. Excellent. Yes, as I said, this one's called Lavender Lace. I'm just going to do the little centres of the butterflies. So you see the little points, to be popping these down and pulling them up quickly, and you get a little bead, but it does have a little point on it. I'll show you how to get rid of that in a minute. Need to do all of them. You might be better at this than me, but this is how I do it. That doesn't come out very well at all, that one, never mind. So, when you get to this stage, all you do is you pick your card up and you flick it from underneath. And that will get rid of pointy bits. It's quite a thick card, this one. There we go. And then just going to pop a little bit of glitter on. Just so that we've blinged it up a bit. And there we go, just a little scrap my card. And there we have beautiful card for, as I said, Mother's Day, a friend. The bits of glitter around the edge here will come off in a moment. When the pearls have dried, we can just get a little brush on that if you want it off. If not, you can just leave it as it is. So there we are. That is my make for today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good crafty time. Thank you. Bye now.